The News Express Tinubu unveils Southeast Peace Initiative pledges commitment. Nigerian government and Lagos to establish new medical university. Nigeria spends 2.7 trillion naira to import PMS and diesel in the 3 months. EFCC threatens Buhari ex-ministers arrest over 37.1 billion naira fraud. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Express on Global Television live in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Anthony Momodu. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has assured to utilize all available resources to ensure lasting peace and security in the southeast geopolitical zone of the country. President Tinubu gave the assurance in Bende, the headquarters of Bende local government area of Abia State, while unveiling the logo of the Peace in the Southeast project, a strategic platform for the restoration of peace in the Southeast region, envisioned by the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu. The unveiling was part of activities to mark the civic reception, Thanksgiving and homecoming by the Deputy Speaker. Addressing Nigerians from all walks of life, who graced the occasion, President Tinubu, represented by Vice President Senator Kashim Shettima, commended the convener of the Peace Project, Kalu, and expressed his understanding that no one comprehends the experience of the community better than the people themselves. The president therefore expressed his determination to involve all and sundry in bringing peace to the southeast. Trade Union Congress of Nigeria TUC has said Nigerians are still waiting to experience the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu-led administration, are certain that their hopes have been dampened in the face of the current perilous economy. In a New Year statement by its President and Secretary General Festus Osifo and Nuhu Toro, the Labour Center issued a 10-point demand from the current administration this year, stating that the outgone year was one long, excruciating litany of lost opportunities and dashed hopes. Among the demands, it said all agreements between Labour and government, including payment of monthly 35,000 naira wage award to public servants in local, state and federal services, must be implemented until a new national minimum wage is implemented. TUC also asked that a new national minimum wage must be negotiated, implemented, and if further delayed in the year, arrears must be paid. As part of efforts to tackle the brain drain in the health sector, the Lagos State government has announced plans to establish the University of Health and Medical Sciences before the end of 2024. While speaking at the inauguration of the Femi Gbajabiamila General Hospital in Surulere, Lagos, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu revealed that the launch of the university will be a product of a strategic collaboration between the state and the Federal Ministry of Health. Sanwo-Olu noted that the initiative is aimed at significantly increasing the production of healthcare workers throughout the year, adding that Lagos State is poised as a model and the goal is to extend the initiative nationwide to tackle the persistent issue of medical migration. According to him, the launch of the medical university is part of a comprehensive set of initiatives planned by the Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, Tunji Alausa. 7 months into the 4-year tenure of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, political associates of the Abubakar Atiku presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in the 2023 election have said the former vice president would contest again in 2027, just as there would be a coalition of political parties going into the next general election to challenge President Tinubu. The disclosure was made by Daniel Bwala, a spokesperson of the 2023 Atiku Presidential Campaign Organization. Bwala stated that there will be a coalition of political parties that will be very strong, adding that the upcoming coalition would swallow some of the elements creating problems in many political parties. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo says mismanagement by the previous administrations had forced Nigeria into debt burden that the coming generations will have no choice but to pay the current debt being incurred by different countries in the continent. A statement by his media aide, Kehinde Akiyemi, indicated that the elder statesman spoke during an engagement with 2023 awardees of the Future Africa Leaders Foundation, an initiative of Pastor Chris Oyakhilome. Obasanjo, during his reign as the president in 2003, secured a debt relief for Nigeria, likewise his counterpart from Algeria at the same period. The Otta farmer, whose however, added that with the level of mismanagement of the previous debt written off for the country, it would be almost impossible for any administration to get similar gesture in the continent, saying the debts were a trap that no individual or nation should fall into, as it constitutes an albatross on any economy. On the state governor, Lucky Aiyedatiwa, has ordered the suspension of caretaker chairmen of the 18 local government areas and 33 local council development areas of the state. The suspension was contained in a letter signed by the Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Alonge Adewale, and Akure High Court, presided over by Justice Yemi Fasomi, had granted an interim injunction filed by the opposition People's Democratic Party, seeking to restrain late Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu from inaugurating any person or persons not democratically elected as members of caretaker committees to administer the affairs of local councils and the LCDA, pending the determination of the interlocutory injunction in the suit. Justice Fasomi consequently barred the caretaker chairman from operating after they resumed office on the grounds that they had been sworn in before the order was granted. The letter of suspension of the caretaker chairman indicated that the directive would subsist until the determination of the court's case, asking all chairmen to submit all assets and property of the LGAs and LCDAs. Following the suspension of accreditation and evaluation of degree certificates from Benin Republic and Togo, the federal government has suspended accreditation of certificates from the two Francophone West African nations and launched a probe, which the Minister of Education, Tahir Mamman, says the report should be submitted in 3 months. Mamman said students who patronized such institutions were not victims but criminals, adding that security agents will go after those with fake certificates from foreign countries, already using them to secure opportunities in Nigeria, adding that sanction would be extended to more countries like Uganda, Kenya, and Niger Republic. The Rivers State House of Assembly has said that Edison Ehi, who recently resigned his membership of the House, was never elected the Speaker of the state legislature. The House said the Speaker of Assembly is a creation of the law, saying Ehi, who was the member representing Ahoda East Constituency 2, was only claiming what he is not. The clerk of the House, Emeka Amadi, stated this in a letter titled "To Whom It May Concern." Amadi was reacting to the letter of resignation as Speaker and member of the House written and signed by Ehi himself, and addressed to the Independent National Electoral Commission. Former Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Sadiya Umar Farouk, risked arrest by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission following her failure to honor an invitation by the Anti-Graft Agency. The EFCC wrote Umar Farouk to appear for questioning in furtherance of an ongoing probe into an alleged 37.1 billion naira fraud during her tenure in office. According to the EFCC, the alleged fraud was perpetrated through a contractor, James Equete. Omar Farouk, who was scheduled to appear at 10 a.m. at the Anti-Graft Agency Abuja headquarters, failed to show up and kept interrogators waiting for over 8 hours without an official communication as to why she could not honor the invitation. Reports revealed that the interrogation team had to retire from work at about 6 p.m. when they were certain that the former minister was not going to show up. An impeccable senior official of the Anti-Graft Agency said Omar Farouk might be arrested by operatives of the EFCC within the week if she fails to voluntarily appear before investigators at the EFCC headquarters as officially requested by the Commission. And still in the news, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has frozen private accounts with 30 billion naira of the 44 billion naira moved from the accounts of the National Social Investment Program Agency, NSIPA. EFCC traced the funds to multiple accounts to which the funds were moved by some NSIPA officials. It was alleged that the 44 billion naira was substantially transferred from the NSIPA's account into private and corporate accounts linked to those serving as front. Meanwhile, the embattled National Coordinator and Chief Executive Officer of the National Social Investment Program Agency, Halima Shehu, who was arrested in connection with an alleged 44 billion naira money laundering, has been released by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission on bail. Shehu was released on Wednesday night and had been mandated to report at the EFCC headquarters every day while the investigation continued. The Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, has approved the implementation of a group personal accident insurance policy for all Nigerian Air Force personnel, while the Ministry of Defense has a group life assurance policy for military personnel. The Director of Public Relations and Information for the Nigerian Air Force, Air Vice Marshal Edward Gabwet, explained that the policy covers only families of personnel killed in action and doesn't address medical expenses resulting from accidents. Gabwet noted that the new policy aligns with the Air Chief's command philosophy, aiming to sustain a highly motivated force through improved warfare and infrastructure renewal. And still in the news, the Nigerian Railway Corporation says it has completed preparations to begin night operations in the second quarter of 2024. The Nigerian Railway Corporation Director General, Engineer Fidet Adetenlen Okere, stated that the night operations are limiting cooperation and that it is not how trains should operate, further adding that the train is designed to continue indefinitely. That people may prefer to go in the evening, but due to the security situation in the country, the train only travel during the day. According to the NRCDG, there merely means that business will start running 6 rail excursions per day on the standard gauge train across the board. You're watching News Express live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We are on Star Times Channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using our Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. When News Express returns, African Union appeals for calm in Ethiopia-Somalia row. The news continues shortly with details of these and more stories after this break. Please stay with us. Welcome back from the break. The African Union on Thursday joined the United States in appealing for calm in the Horn of Africa after regional tensions soared following a contested deal between Ethiopia and the breakaway region of Somaliland. Somalia has vowed to defend its territory after Monday's agreement, which it described as an aggression and a blatant assault on its sovereignty by neighboring Ethiopia. The Memorandum of Understanding gives the landlocked Ethiopia, Africa's second most populous country, long-desired access to the Red Sea through Somaliland. AU Commission Chair Musa Faki Mahatma issued a statement appealing for calm and mutual respect to de-escalate simmering tension between Ethiopia and Somalia. He called on the two nations to engage in negotiation process without delay to settle their differences. Hospital doctors in London, England, begins their longest consecutive strike in 7-decade history of Britain's National Health Service, NHS. Junior doctors, those below the consultant level, will work out for 6 days in a major escalation of their long-running pay dispute with the UK government. The industrial action comes at one of the busiest times of the year for the state-funded NHS, when it faces increased pressure from winter respiratory illnesses. It also quickly follows a 3-day strike held by doctors just before Christmas. The NHS said the latest walkout, which could see up to half of the medical workforce on picket lines, would have a significant impact on almost all routine care. About 1,000 cars and lorries have been stuck in heavy snow for over 24 hours in Sweden, making armed forces deliver food and water to the owners. Rescuers said they were working to free people stuck on the main E22 road in the Skåne area of the southern Sweden. Many of those trapped were evacuated by rescue teams and told to return to their cars later. The travel chaos happened amid plummeting winter temperatures across the nomadic countries. Extreme cold weather has hit parts of Sweden, Finland and Norway, and snowstorms in Denmark have left drivers trapped on a motorway near the Aarhus since Wednesday. In business, Nigeria spent 2.7 trillion naira to import a premium motor spirit, PMS, diesel and jet fuel in the third quarter of 2023. Data by the MBS statistics have shown, coming amidst the inability to overhaul the country's refineries, white products have remained the largest import of the country. The total import of PMS imported during the period stood at 1.9 trillion naira, while diesel was at 736.7 billion naira and jet fuel was at 135.8 billion naira. While Nigeria remains a leading crude oil producer, the country is one of the only major oil producer that is totally on the importation of petroleum products. The Nigerian currency Naira experienced a significant drop, reaching 1,035 Naira 12 kobo against the US dollar at the official Nigerian Autonomous Foreign Exchange Market. On Wednesday, this decline represents a 4.72% decrease from the 988 Naira 46 kobo to a dollar rate recorded on Tuesday, the first trading day of 2024. The FMDQ Securities and Exchange reported fluctuations in the official forex trading, ranging from a low of 700 Naira to a high of 1,224 Naira per dollar. The market opened at 932 Naira 67 kobo and closed at 1,035 Naira 12 kobo, with a total daily forex market turnover of $85.68 million at the NFM window. In the parallel market, the Naira fell by 15 Naira or 1.23 reaching 1,230 naira on Wednesday compared to 1,215 naira on December 30th, 2023, despite predictions of the naira recovery in 2024 by financial experts like Bismarck Ruwane and the Central Bank of Nigerian Governor Olayemi Kadoso. The currency continues to face downward pressure. Nigeria experienced a substantial decline of 59.84% in foreign capital from BRICS countries during the third quarter of 2023, according to the capital importation report by the National Bureau of Statistics (NBS). A quarterly analysis reveals that capital inflow dropped from $239.18 million in second quarter of 2023 to $96.4 million in third quarter of 2023, representing a 60.35% decrease. There is also a yearly decrease of 17.57% from $116.51 million recorded in the same quarter of the previous year. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company (NNPC) has assured the public that there is no imminent increase in the cost of premium motor spirit, commonly known as petrol. This is contained in a statement signed by the Chief Corporate Communication Officer Olufemi Soneye. NNPC urges Nigerians to disregard unfounded rumors and assures them that there are no plans for an upward review of PMS price. Motorists nationwide are advised against engaging in panic buying as there is presently ample availability of PMS across the country. Nigeria and other countries across the West African region are projected to see increased prices of staple food such as rice, maize, millet, cereals, and others in 2024. This is according to a report titled West Africa Regional Supply and Market Outlook, published jointly by the Food and Agriculture Organization, World Food Programme, and others. According to the report, prices of staple crops such as maize, wheat, rice, millet will increase above the 5-year average price, occasioned by a reduction in production trade restriction, global geopolitical factors, and others. In the exciting world of sport, the 2023 Federation of International Football Association FIFPro team shortlist released on Wednesday will be unveiled at the Best FIFA Football Awards in London, England on Monday, January 15. The FIFA FIFPro is the only global football award decided exclusively by professional footballers with over 28,000. Professional footballers who have cast their vote are NASA forward Cristiano Ronaldo, 38, currently the highest goal scorer in the Saudi Pro League, with 20 goals, is joined on the list by the 2022 World Cup winner for Argentina, Lionel Messi, as stated by FIFPro. The goalkeeper, three defenders, and 3 midfielders, and 3 forwards who have received the most votes will be selected for the World 11. The final spot in the World 11 will then be assigned to the remaining outfield player within the next highest number of votes. As we end the News Express, let's take a quick look at our top stories. Tinubu has unveiled a Southeast Peace Initiative pledges commitment. Nigerian government and Lagos established new medical university. Nigeria spent 2.7 trillion naira to import PMS and diesel in 3 months. Plus, EFCC threatened Buhari ex-minister's arrest over 37.1 billion naira fraud. That's it on News Express, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times, channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using @Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. I am Anthony Momodi saying thank you for watching and see you soon.